Hi. Hi, everybody. Hopefully you can see my desk. I am trying a new angle with my camera. So this way it's not exactly upside down. Hopefully, anyway. But it's more at an angle. So hopefully that works. I have been wanting to come on live. I got some new watercolors recently. I think I showed them in an unboxing video on my channel, and then I picked up a few more. So I want to kind of play with them. I painted this a while ago, and I wanted to redo it because there's things that I really like about it, and some things that I don't. So I know it's late. It is like 10:30 my time, so I'm not sure how many people will hop on, but the video will be up, and I'll just kind of jump right into it. I picked up, let's see, this weekend, last week, a week ago, I think I picked up these two, Alvaro's Fresco Gray and Alvaro's Caliente Gray. These are from the new collection of Danielle Smith Watercolors. And then before that, I had gotten the Gray Titanium and the Red Jasper Genuine from the new collection. This has been out. This is the Pearling Green, but I wanted kind of like a darker green. And then I picked up some non-Danielle Smith watercolors. I picked up Potter's Pink from Winsor & Newton. I wanted to compare that to the Potter's Pink Danielle Smith I have. I picked up the Whole Grain Artist Watercolor Shell Pink because I'm obsessed with like this corally pink, and I've been trying to create that color with what I have, but I finally picked it up. And then another coral shade of pink is called Rose Doré by Winsor & Newton. So I thought those would be really fun to get to know. And then I wanted a cobalt teal, and I got this one by M. Graham. So I don't know anything about them. I don't see here if this is semi-transparent or opaque. I know this one is semi-transparent or semi-opaque, but I wanted to swatch them out. So I think I'm going to do that first, and then I'll try to do some watercoloring, because swatching out really kind of loosens me up. So I'm going to grab my swatch book over here. One of the things about doing lives is, and I don't know if, I'd love to hear what you guys think, but one of the things that prevents me from doing it is that I like to listen to music when I'm crafting or when I'm painting, and I can't do that when I'm live because there's all kinds of like music, copyrights and stuff. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9 swatches. So I'm just going to use this. I picked up this stamp recently. It is one of Danielle Donaldson's Swatch Kit collection stamps with Stampin' Bella, and I thought it would be fun to do or to use when I'm swatching. That page looks messed up to me, so I'm going to go to a different page. Because I don't know, if you guys don't know me, I'm not huge on swatching so much. but it's a good thing to do. It's a good thing to familiarize yourself with your paints. I just want to always dive in and paint something, but I have loved having my swatch chart in my palette that I use. So it has been helpful. It is helpful. I know that. I'm using the Ink on 3 Blackout ink in case you're wondering what ink I'm using. And that is the ink I'm using. I like it for watercoloring and I like it for Copic markers. It's a great all-purpose ink, which there aren't very many of. So I'm going to stamp these out. I only need 9, but I'm going to go ahead and just fill up this page since I have it out. It's not perfect, but what is, right? It is such a cute swatch stamp. And I think this is the large one. She also has a smaller one. And it actually came with 2 stamps. But I like that this one has, I can write down the color, the brand, and any notes about it. And then maybe some more. Hi, Simone. Welcome. I just saw your chat. Thank you for hopping on with me this late. So I'm just doing a little bit of swatching to start. And then I do want to paint some florals. I've been feeling like I haven't been doing that enough. I missed getting my watercolor video out yesterday. And that bums me out when I don't get a video out. That's very thick. And hopefully I'll remember what I put where. This is the shell pink that is so pretty. Go ahead and put flowers pink. I probably put way too much out on my palette, I'm sure. So next I'm going to go in with this cobalt teal. Hey, Tiffany. How are you, girl? I'm surprised you're not doing a live. I've been stalking your lives. I'm bad about commenting, but I have seen you go live at night. Trying to keep some sort of order here. Oh, that was the Caliente green. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do all of these in one, but that's okay. We're going to go with it. So I'm going to do those. And then I'll put titanium gray. I hate when they burst out. Fresco gray. Oh my gosh, that one really burst. I don't know if that's with all of them or if it's just because I live in a high altitude, so everything when it comes up here, it's just like bursting at the seams. Even if I go grocery shopping down in town and I come back up, um, all of the bags will like inflate. Aw, you're so sweet, Tiffany. Simone, it's 10:30 here, or quarter to 11 now. So it's late, but this is like the only time I have that it's actually quiet and I can do this. Otherwise, I've got kids all over and it makes it a little difficult. And even now, I'm listening to see if the baby wakes up, but she just went down. So hopefully I've got a couple hours before she wakes up. And I have a hard time sleeping anyway. And I usually just veg out in front of the TV, watch a show on Netflix or something when I'd rather be painting or doing something. And I just think about it and I don't do it. And then I get in my head and I'm like, I don't do anything. So once I do it, I'll be happy. So I'm just adding some water into these wells. And hopefully, Tiffany, I'll put you to sleep so you can get some rest. You've had some late nights. And 1 a.m. is late. Maybe you have a touch of insomnia like I do. So this is the Rose Doré. Just mixing it a little bit. It looks really pretty in the palette, so let's see what it looks like when I get some color on the So I like to, when I swatch, I kind of like to do a darker section and then fade it out so I can get an idea of the variations of shades that I can get. So I usually just bring clear water and let that kind of float out. You will, Simone. My timer is my daughter. She'll wake up around 12:30 or 1 and then I'm done. Oh man, Tiffany, you do need some sleep. Hey Susan, be nosy, join me. I love it. Usually I'm always nervous about going live because I don't think anybody's going to see me or hop on or find it interesting. So the next color is the Holbein Shell Pink, and you can see how thick that is. I mean, that is very, very opaque. I'm going to bring in some water here and it flows really nice. But when you first put that down, it is thick. And I just love the color. So it's definitely an opaque color. So the next one I have is Potter's Pink by Winsor & Newton. I know. Susan, what is the brand? Rembrandt? Which one? This one is Winsor & Newton. I know you can't see that one at all. Move it over here. So the first one was Winsor & Newton. That's the Rose Doré. Then this one is the Holbein right here, which is the Shell Pink. The next one is going to be Winsor & Newton, and it is their Potter's Pink. And I like a potter's pink for like skin tones. And the potter's pink that I use with Danielle Smith, it just it doesn't re-wet very well. And so I just wanted to try this one out. Now, a friend of mine told me that this one is kind of has the same issue. It doesn't re-wet. And when I say re-wet, when I put it in like a palette like this, because this is Potter's Pink here for Danielle Smith, it just doesn't re-wet easily. So it just may be one of those colors that you have to use out of the tube in order to get a really good application. No, I didn't get a new set. I picked up different varieties of colors. So I picked up, normally, you guys know I use Danielle Smith like exclusively. They're my favorite. I've been watercoloring with Danielle Smith for 3 years, and I love them. But there were some colors from other brands that I just didn't have in Danielle Smith, and I didn't see where they had like a similar color, like this cobalt teal. I don't have anything like that in Danielle Smith. So I got that one from M. Graham. And then the shell pink, I don't have anything like that in Danielle Smith. So I just picked up a tube of random ones. I haven't picked up like a brand new set or anything. And this is Danielle Smith. So the rest of the ones that I'll be swatching are Danielle Smith. This is the Alvaro's Caliente Gray. And I didn't mean, I'm gonna put this one over here. Hopefully I remember. I wanted to kind of put all the new Danielle Smith ones together. That's just the thing. So that is the Caliente Gray. And I put like so much in here, it's ridiculous. It burst when I opened it. So I'll be using that forever. Yes, use what you have. There's a girl on YouTube, Emma something, I think, and she's a watercolorist, and that's what she uses. She uses Winsor Newton Cotman, and she paints beautifully. So those are a really good brand. Okay, so this is the curling green. I'm going to switch these over so that when I write them down later, I can hopefully keep them in order. This is the Pearling Green. I just wanted a nice, dark, rich green. And this fits the bill. I think this will make some pretty leaves. Okay, so that's everything in that palette. And then we'll go here. We have Gray Titanium. Also from the 2019 Danielle Smith release. Put that here. I love buff titanium, so I thought gray titanium would be awesome to have. And that, I like that. Yes, I like this green. And I'm sorry about my lighting. Yesterday, I have like this bright light over here. It's a set from my umbrella lights, and it has one light that isn't part of, like, it doesn't have an umbrella to it. It's just a straight light. And I switch it around because I have my desk here where I film, and then over there is where I take pictures. So I always like, turn the lights depending on if I'm filming or, oh my God, I love this color. Or if I'm taking pictures, and I was turning it around because I needed to film a class last night, and it totally fell and shattered. So now I have like a regular light bulb in there, and you can see the difference. It's orange. So I feel like it's casting this orange shadow here, or this orange tint. I would love to have like direct overhead lights. That's my goal eventually. So hopefully that will happen. Okay, so this last color is the red Jasper Genuine. I absolutely love the genuine colors from Danielle Smith. So this was a no-brainer. I was going to add this to my collection. Now I'm not necessarily adding them to my palette over here, but I will reach for them depending on how much I love them. I love this color. This is Alvaro's Fresco Gray. Oh my gosh, it's like a blue violet gray. I don't know. It's a very cool gray. And then you have his Caliente gray, which obviously Caliente means warm red. So that's definitely a warmer gray. I love cool colors, so I love that one. Yes. I do too, Simone, and that's how I feel with watercolors. I feel when I haven't painted in a while, and I haven't painted just like watercolor painted in probably a week, and I feel it. And I just wish I had time to do it all the time. I love acrylic, but only in like my art journals. Um, that's where you'll see me use acrylic, but I don't really paint with acrylic. I do more abstract painting with acrylic, but I do love them both. It is late, and I'm in the basement, so I don't have a very good lighting as it is. So I'm going to try to keep those in order. I'm going to go ahead and move this out of the way. I think you guys, if you have any questions about any of these colors, yes, they are more muted. And I think the new collection of Danielle Smith, from what I read, I didn't really research it too much, but they were mostly made for like landscape, cityscape, that kind of painting. So they're definitely more muted. I love this cobalt teal and that shell pink. I think I'm going to mix the cobalt teal and this fresco and try to see what we can come up with there. I'm going to go ahead and set this off to the side. And then just do a quick watercolor painting. So this is what I painted a couple of weeks ago, and I wanted to try it again with, now that I have the shell pink, because that's what I was trying to go for with these roses. Just something very simple. And my water is fairly dirty now. But we'll go with it. I'm going to take some of that on my brush. And I'm just going to start making some circles. Okay, Simone, good night. Get some rest. You can catch the rest of the replay in the morning. It'll still be there. That is, I have to say, one of the things that why I wanted to do this live is because I didn't get a watercolor video up yesterday. And I thought, well, if I could get this up today or just go live and kind of whoever's up can chat. If not, I'll just randomly talk about whatever it is I'm doing. You guys know I'm very, even though I've been watercoloring, dabbling with it for, like I said, 3 years. I started, I believe, and it might even be longer than that. I think it's in 2014 I got my first set of watercolor markers after I had gone through something and sold all of my Copic markers because I felt like I was done. I was not going to be an artist for various reasons. And so I sold all my Copics, and then the funk that I was in, that didn't really help getting rid of a medium that I really enjoyed. And so I got a set of watercolor markers and played with those and fell in love with those. And then I think it was in 2016 when I was introduced to Danielle Smith watercolors, and the color Moon Glow was my very first color of Danielle Smith, and I was hooked, line and sinker. Absolutely loved those genuine colors. Loved the look that you could get with them. Loved the granulation, which I had no idea what that was before. Yes, exactly, Susan. I agree. And I think that's any good medium that you can fall in love with. And so at that point, I realized that, you know, art wasn't going anywhere. I still loved it, and I absolutely had to have it in my life. I'm going to drop a little bit of this Rose Doré in here. Now this looks like it has dried quite a bit. So we'll see what happens. It's a really pretty coral color. I love it. I can tell I love it already. Okay. The paper matters a lot, and I am working on Arch's watercolor paper. It's a good paper. Cold press, 140 pounds. And I'm going to play with this green. I have so much here. I'm going to try to soften it up a little bit. And I'm also going to grab some of this cobalt teal here. And you can't see what I'm doing. So I'm just mixing a couple colors. So I'm going to grab some of this fresco gray and mix it into that cobalt teal and try to make more of a denim, dark blue. And then I'm going to put a little bit of this pink into the green. But that was a little bit too much. See, that holding shell pink is very powerful. So I'm adding some more green. I really just wanted a hint of it in there. So, okay. So now we've got to draw in some stems. And the brushes that I'm using are silver black velvet brushes. Just like that. Aw, thank you. Yes, and I've been using these silver black velvet brushes. I have been using these since I started. So they've held up pretty well, I think, considering all things considering, right? And I like to just let the brush do the work, so I like to let it Yes, it's true, Susan. Yes, you need to use good supplies. I mean, when I was coloring uh, stamps and card making and all of that kind of stuff, I use Copic markers because they blend incredibly. And if I didn't use those, I would have thought I couldn't do it, right? And that's not true. So you can see that shell pink added just a little bit of opacity to that green. They are expensive, but they're good. And you can find them fairly inexpensive if you know where to look. And I think they're worth it. Just like good quality watercolors are worth it, I think. The same with Copics. I think they're worth it. If you're using them. And I don't know if you were here in the beginning, but I had sold all my Copics. Most people who kind of know me know that happened. And I miss them, and I was grateful to a lot of people who helped me get another set. So my mom helped me, some friends helped me, and my mom made me promise that I would never do that again, because moms know what makes us happy, right? Moms know. Well, it wasn't anything. It was, I had my fourth child, my second son, in 2003, and I wasn't crafting a lot. I wasn't making things. My YouTube channel was pretty much stagnant at that time because I had a baby. And I felt like if I wasn't doing it anymore, I should not have all of these expensive supplies around, but not realizing that eventually I would get back into it. And that's exactly what happened. It took a couple of years, but watercolors is what brought me back because I felt like I wasn't going anywhere, or my art wasn't going anywhere. And so I took a step back. But while I took a step back, I sold those things and had a little bit of regret there, for sure. But I am grateful for the journey because had I not sold my Copics, I never would have come to watercolors. So I never would have started this journey of my art, which is, I love it. So that's kind of like a Reader's Digest version of what happens. I think it happens to a lot of us. Our journeys don't always, they're not always in a straight line. Not sure if I like what's going on there, but it's there. It's there now. Oh, I did kick myself, Suzanne. Definitely. I did. But I'm in love with watercolors for sure. And I don't think I would have ever tried them if that hadn't happened. So like something okay. So that wasn't quite dry when I went over that with the green wasn't. So now I'm overworking it, and that's not good. And I do believe we're always learning, right? Every time you put something down, I'm learning. I think that's why when I don't paint for a while, I feel lost because I haven't learned anything if I haven't painted in a while. So I think I like that. I think I'm really, really happy with that. So this was the original. You can see the difference in the pink that I used here versus here. This is much more coral, which is what I like right now. I do love the cobalt teal mixed in with the fresco gray to create these kind of darker blue colors. And I think I could even go a touch darker if I wanted to. But I like the way that it's looking right now. So I think I'm going to leave it alone and let it dry and call it a night. Oh, I know, Susan. Oh my gosh. I was feeling really, really down tonight, and I knew I had to come and paint just for even if it's like 10 minutes. I know it's been longer than 10 minutes because I did the swatches earlier, but just for a few minutes, and it will always help to kind of like ground me and bring me back to reality and not to get caught up in what may or may not be happening in my life right now. Um, but yeah, thank you. And I will check out listings, craft supplies, paint, stuff like that. That's a good idea. Yep, so I'm going to call this good. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight. If you watched the replay, thank you. I hope you enjoyed it and got something out of it. And if you did, go ahead and click that like button. That helps my channel so much. And click the bell notification if you guys want to be informed when I do these crazy late night live videos or even when I just upload regular videos throughout the week. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.